show you my small library. I usually do not buy books, at least paper books, only in exceptional cases when, for example, I can't find a book in e-format or I want to have it in paper. Only in this case I buy paper books. And I'm ready to show you today what I bought for this one year in Germany. I usually do not collect books. I don't have a library at home because I move too often from one city to another, and sometimes I even, as you can see, I even change countries. So my library is really small, but still there were books I wanted to have in paper, and I want to show them to you today. Okay, the first book I'll show you, I bought it, I think it was my last purchase in the bookstore, and this is short stories, best short stories 2024. That was quite spontaneous. I always have problem with this word. So that was quite a spontaneous decision. I just saw it, and for some reason I thought, oh, I have no idea what's like going on with short stories in a literary market, and what is the standard of short stories today. And I decided to buy it, but still didn't have time to read it. I mostly read literature regarding to my PhD thesis, and it takes most of my time. So unfortunately, when I buy something for myself, just to read in my free time, I end up giving up a book because the intellectual pressure I have at work and everything that's connected with my thesis, it's too high. So in my free time, I prefer just to relax, watching something stupid on YouTube and so on. I feel like a big ASMR blogger with this thing imitating a big microphone, professional microphone. One day I will buy it, I promise. I think it gives no sound, right? Maybe a little bit. I just hoped maybe there is like a super short story I can read for you tonight, but or today. It depends. Sure not. No. Okay. No, I don't. I don't see anything I could read. Okay, let's say goodbye to this book. this is a book written by a French novelist and one of the most famous feminists, Simone de Beauvoir. And she wrote this book about her partner who she spent her whole life with, famous philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre. I'm not sure how his name is pronounced in English. Originally this book is in French, but I can't read French, and I unfortunately have zero knowledge of French, so I bought it in English. This book includes the memoirs of last years Sartre spent with Simone de Beauvoir before his death, and also an interview where Simone de Beauvoir interviews Sartre. Yes, I really wanted to have it, so I read Simone de Beauvoir's memoirs. She actually has 4 volumes of memoirs. I've read 3 of them and then bought this book. The 4th one I can find in, it exists in English, of course, but they deliver it from the US, and it's like not convenient, it takes too long, so I decided not to order this. But this book was in Europe, so I ordered it. Okay. The next book is actually also very interesting. It's called Open Me Carefully. Look how many bookmarks I have here. I remember I bought it, I think, more than a year ago, and there was a time I wanted to make videos about literature, culture, and that stuff, and well, which I unfortunately couldn't finish, but I had this idea, so I bought this book. This is about the letters that Emily Dickinson, American poet, and I think one of the most famous Americans at all, wrote to her friend and her brother's wife, named Susan. What was her name? My God, how could I forget? Susan Huntington. Yes, Susan Huntington, certainly here. Thanks to the book. actually very bad at this. Like, I mean, I can't handle this intonation to make a poem sound, I don't know, actually poetic, convincing, appealing. But I might find like a short letter and read it to you. Okay, it turned out a little bit harder than I expected. I know, I remember there was like small letters with poems. Oh, here, by the way, there are also pictures of how these letters looked like. Yes, this. They lived nearby each other, so these letters was mostly just notes, like just notes to give a friend. Very short. But for some reason now, when I'm flipping through the pages, I think it's called flipping through, I only see long letters and poems. Okay, let's pick, for example, this paragraph. I'm sick today, dearest you, and have not been to church. There has been a pleasant quiet in which to think of you, and I have not been sick. You know that I cannot write to you. I love you as dearly, Susie, as when love first began, on the step at the front door and under the evergreens, and it breaks my heart sometimes, because I do not hear from you. I wrote to you many days ago, I won't say many weeks, because it will look sad or so, and then I cannot write, but Susie, it troubles me. These letters, sometimes are genuinely romantic. And dear English speakers, explain me what is this? It says okay, here, you see, the camera of my phone doesn't want to show, it says, Okay, I think I maybe just attach the picture, because it seems like, yeah, the phone doesn't see. Okay. Say goodbye to this book. The next book is a book in German, certainly. It's called Anleitung zum glücklichen Leben. And this book, I was recommended to buy it by my psychologist, and the only version I found in Amazon was German. I was afraid that I wouldn't understand anything, but I actually did. This book is quite easy to read. Do you want a little bit of German? Diese Rollen entwickeln wir häufig schon in unserer Kindheit als Überlebensstrategie für diese Lebensphase. Erfährt ein Kind zum Beispiel viel Abwertung und Aggression. I'm not sure how they pronounce the word aggression. Zieht es sich in die Rolle des Flüchtenden zurück und möglichst die Auslöse von Aggression zu vermeiden. Dadurch schützt es sich von weiterer Gefahr und negativen Erfahrungen. My German is so terrible. That's so complicated to pronounce this sound. They say. stopped trying. I stopped trying to sound like them. Okay, about the book. So this book, it's a psychological book, and it's written within the framework of scheme therapy. I think in English it's called scheme therapy. If you don't know what is that, Google. I think it's quite exciting. Yeah, scheme therapy. I might be mistaken, but I think that this is a German. This is the kind of psychological approach that was started in Germany. So maybe it's even good to have this book in German. I think my level in German is approximately B1, so I might say that this book is quite suitable for those who have B1 in German. And the last book I want to show, I also haven't read it till the end. It's there was also like a cover, but I just removed it. It was uncomfortable. I mean, the colorful cover. I think this book is the most complicated to talk about in my collection, because that's about the most famous Russian oppositional leader, Alexei Navalny. This is memoirs written in a prison about his life and how he ended up being a politician, an oppositional politician in particular. It also includes letters. Oh, what an accidental present in this book. Why is it there? I sometimes put it in my journal. Yes, flowers, cards, receipts. I might save them in my journal to remember particular events or people. So this book I also haven't finished because I had to read again stuff for my thesis at university. So it removed unfinished, but I want to read it till the end because I think it's quite exciting. It's mostly for it's written mostly for a foreigner rather than a person who knows Russian context and lived in Russia. But still quite good. It's cover somewhere there with Baby Yoda. I don't know. I forgot to put it back. Okay. It seems like we have to finish here because my phone already stopped recording, saying that I don't have enough memory enough space on my phone. Maybe my phone just thinks that it's politically incorrect to read in Russian. I don't know. if